So the camp knife. We're going to talk about what you should look for in a good knife when you're camping or off-grid or hiking a lot outdoors. And I should have said in the last video about the emergency bag that you should definitely have a good knife with you as well. There's all kinds of needs for cutting things, and especially if you were stuck out overnight, if you wanted to cut some wood down to shave things down to be able to start a fire, or if you needed to cut some cord or something like that. So you definitely want to have a good knife. This knife I got over 45 years ago, I think. Buck knife, and I really like Buck knives. They make them still right now. And just to show you this nice case, and I just keep it here on my belt. Got a belt loop, and look at this. So, like 45 years old. Look at this nice knife. It's just as nice as it ever was. It works perfectly. I've never had any problems with it. Smooth opening, smooth closing. I keep it very sharp. A dull knife won't do you any good. In fact, you're more likely to cut yourself with it because you're pushing so hard and it's not cutting. But I also, so I keep it well sharpened, and I oil it from time to time. I put a little oil in the various joints and inside, and just to make sure it's in good shape. But this is just an excellent knife, and I've just, you know, it fits perfectly. It's really good for cutting the kind of things I need to cut. You know, blade length varies depending on what people are trying to do. I like this sort of good medium length. It's got a good grip so it doesn't slip. Some people like to have a little bit of a serration here for the thumb to keep it from slipping, but I don't have any issues with that at all. So I like this knife a lot. I highly recommend Buck. In fact, to the extent that I just got both my daughters their own first Buck knives, because they're outdoors people too, and they need good knives, so I got them for them. It was really cool. I was able to pick out the ones that really suited each of them, so I was real happy about that. This also I got with my knife, and this is a sharpening stone. This also fits on my belt, so whenever we're there all day, every day, these things are on my belt. And this is just, if you don't know how to sharpen a knife, I won't do it now, but basically you go away. You're doing it away from, you know, you don't do it this way, which people might think you do it away from you. And actually going in little circles like this is a good way to do it. And there's a bunch of tricks. I mean, look up videos and things like that, but you just work at this for a while, and you want to make this a little moist. You can actually use spit for that. It's kind of gross, but it works. It works well. Do both sides, you know, and just keep it real nice and sharp, and it'll never fail you. So it's a good tool to have. It's a critical tool to have, in fact, so I highly recommend it. And no, I don't work for the Buck Company, but I highly recommend their knives because they're excellent.